This is amazing. Just for the creeps and listeners out there, Danny has called no less than 4 times trying to figure out how to get here. Now, there is an address.
He's coming. We've been told he's coming.
We are a place.
Now,
we are an address here in Los Angeles.
We are at a place in time where we have phones that have a map on. Now, generally speaking, I'd say that...
Did he drive himself? Question.
Well...
I'm going to bet you that May, being the A-plus student she is, she got very specific with the directions of where to park, how to enter into the alley, and then right. where and what door to walk through.
But at what building?
The same one with the address.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I gave a satellite photo with a big red circle around where the parking lot was.
That's amazing.
I tried.
Hey, you know.
But you know what?
Look,
it's fine.
You can lead a horse to water.
He's an 80-year-old icon.
You can lead a horse to water.
You could lead an icon to a podcast studio. But you can't make him show up.
But you can't make him walk through the door.
Oh, wait, I hear a voice.
I hear a voice as well.
I hear a voice I grew up with.
It's like Santa coming, isn't it?
Oh, God. How are you?
Come have a seat.
Yeah. In the hot seat. In the hot seat, baby.
It's so good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, Daddy DeVito.
Hey, you guys. Oh, my gosh.
Global superstar.
He's late because he went to some people's house.
How did that go for them?
Oh, that was really good.
Here's a question. Did you drive yourself or did somebody drive you?
I drove myself and I used the thing.
Were we missing a north or a south or something, or an east or a west? Is that?
I have to pee, by the way.
Go
pee.
Wait, by the way.
Go pee.
Anyway, it was like around the block, but it was really good. You know, very big fans. And I took some selfies. And we had a good time.
Did he?
But I didn't know. I swear to God, I said, when I called you, I said, you punked me.
Well, you texted me very funny.
Because I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
And it was nobody, it was like a residential neighborhood. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And the people were very nice. And they had a Christmas tree up, not as elaborate as you guys.
And you just knocked on the door?
Well, I rang their little security bell. Yeah. They came to the door. It was a newlywed couple, and they were very happy to see me.
What did they say? What was their reaction?
What was that?
They said, well,
come on in.
Come on. Why? What are you?
Why?
Yeah, why are you?
Why?
I said, well, I'm here to do the. Then I started to backtrack. I didn't want to say like too much because I thought it was like you guys were busting my balls.
Yeah.
I say like it wouldn't be the first time.
That would have been good.
No, it would have been really
speaking
good.
Of your balls, you need to go to the bathroom.
That's my bladder.
I don't know where the pee comes from.
It doesn't come from the balls.
This isn't a biology podcast.
Well, it could dribble onto the balls. I don't know how.
Well, if it dribbles onto the balls, it's going to get really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I better go.
Yeah, you better go.
It's
I'm going to drain
here,
the
Danny.
monster.
Drain the monster,
Okay.
baby.
I'll be right back.
Wow, this is a big day.
Oh, man, this is big. Look at
Monumental.
This. I'm going to put my sweater on.
Yeah,
Okay.
get your Christmas
Put your
sweater
sweater on,
going.
Man, thank you.
You know?
This is so good.
While you're putting on that sweater, I would like to pose a question to all of you,
dear.
but mostly you, because I've heard plenty from them, and I don't really want to hear anymore.
You've had enough of them.
How do you feel about Christmas music
Yeah.
starting to play before December?
I don't listen.
Or before Thanksgiving?
I don't listen to the. I don't go anywhere where it's like I don't go to an elevator. Or I don't
You're
go
not
to
in the
like
mall.
a mall.
Yeah.
Nobody in my house plays it.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't dislike it, but I think it's stupid. And Christmas is like really like basically just to sell things, right? Because that's what happened like in the economy like years ago around that time, sales were dipping. So somebody said, well, we got to do something to fix this. So let's do some holiday.
Yeah.
So they picked, they co-opted the winter solstice or whatever it's called.
Well,
And,
Jesus is...
and they...
Well, Jesus'
and they-
birthday.
Well, no,
Let's be
Jesus
clear.
wasn't born that day.
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
I wasn't.
listen.
What?
I wasn't there.
I shouldn't say
what
that.
day was?
I shouldn't tell.
What day?
Because, the idea,
we don't know.
well, they already scientifically researched this.
Yeah,
that
they found out he
they
was born
followed the star in Bethlehem at that time of the year. That star didn't exist. It existed at a different time. So he was actually born, I think, in March or April.
Next thing you're going to tell me is
year.
that the Bible's not true. This fucking guy.
Well, Danny, you've ruined Christmas. You've ruined
you.
Jesus.
But
and
I chickened out of doing the meat, what do you call it, the 23andMe thing. I went, I sent in the thing, and then they sent me the kit, and then I said, like, what am I gonna do with it? Because I figure like I got like a lot of my family's from Calabria and from down. One of my grandparents is from like Calabria, which is right at the boot of Italy. Yep. And right there is Albania. And she spoke, I only knew her like when I was like a really little kid, and she was like already 80 something and dying like of something. Laying in a bed, she broke her hip. Tragic story. Sorry to bring it up.
This is a great start to the podcast.
Great Christmas story. But the idea is that she spoke a language called Geg. And now people out there may know what that is. Some people may know what it is. It's a kind of an Albanian kind of hybrid language that was an Italian Albanian thing. My grandfather, of course, didn't like it because she spoke it with her girlfriends, and that was the story. Anyway, what I'm getting at is,
I come in the room, you're speaking a gag.
I'm speaking, and in the language is like, I met one person on my travels who actually knew the language. Also, a guy who was born down in the southern tip of Italy, and the language is really beautiful. Like for rain, the only word I know is shh, shh, and it's all these soft kind of really beautiful sounds. Nothing like you would think like a hard Italian or an Arabic sound. It was all like beautiful, almost like musical
people
sounds.
Shushing each other.
Yeah, just people
Shut up. Yeah. They didn't get the end. They didn't get to the end of
listen
it.
to the rain.
Shut the fuck. It's raining.
Shut the fuck up and get out of the rain. Oh, Danny. Well,
Danny, welcome
nice
to the
to know that
podcast.
you haven't done the 23andMe. That was
I didn't do the thing because
you didn't do the thing because somebody shushed you.
Well, I was worried that like you get the DNA out there, and then you know how it is in the world. Everybody knows all the shit about you.
They already know.
Huh?
They already know.
They already know?
They know.
Well, who's they?
The computer people.
Those guys.
The people.
They know.
Those guys.
Yeah. The deep state.
The deep state.
Deep state.
They know where you're from.
They know all about you, buddy. They know more than you know about yourself.
So when are we going back to work, by the way?
We start shooting at the end of January. Yeah. We've got a lot of fun episodes that we've been talking about.
Oh, man, that's exciting. But don't tell anybody.
No spoilers here.
No spoilers.
Nope.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Should we visit the ghosts of Christmas past? And should we discuss either your beginnings in the career? Should we go that far back? Or should we just go Sunny?
No, we don't care about that.
Everybody knows all that. They can look it up.
Sonny.
Talk about the beginning of Sonny.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about Sonny.
Well, do you have a structure?
I have
so.
some questions, but it was going to begin with asking you how you got involved with Sonny.
Okay.
Well, I tell you how I got involved with Sonny. Years and years ago, at Jersey, I worked with John Landgraf because he was at NBC, and I needed somebody to run my television department, and he came to work with me at Jersey Films. Okay, that was years and years ago. Then that all broke up, and then he got this gig with, FX. He called me one day. He said, I just did this show, 8 episodes of some really crazy show that I'm like, oh, I don't know, tell me what's your opinion? So he sent me the 8 episodes, and Rhea and I and the kids watched the show. I loved it. It was fucking outrageous, just the way they are. Okay. And we all, I immediately said, yeah, this is like an amazing show. You should, whatever you're going to do with it, I don't know. And then I didn't hear from anybody, right? I don't talk to him all the time. All of a sudden he calls me up. He says, would you be interested in being on the show? And I said, yeah. I said, if they come up with organic character, something that was not just Danny DeVito coming into a show. If it made sense, and blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff, and it was a good character, and so they wrote me in, and of course, my 2 kids are tall and blonde, and so I had to have. Eventually, as we all know, my wife was a whore, and so so that was my first involvement in the show.
But why this show to return to television?
Everybody
Why?
asked me that.
Yeah,
every single person that I knew asked me that. The doorman asked me that.
Yeah.
Anybody, why are you going to do that show?
This?
You were like a TV icon. You were in one of the most popular shows in the world, Taxi. You were all this blah 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 blah. Why do this show? And I felt like it's why do you do anything? It's a gut feeling. You feel comfortable. Then I had that meeting with you guys where we sat and talked about it, where I was probably drunk. Sorry.
Dr. Kipper calling you.
It's Dr.
Kipper?
Dr.
Yeah,
Kipper.
Kipper.
Yeah,
Kipper
yeah,
on the show.
Dr. Kipper.
Yeah.
You had him on
We
the
had
show?
him on the show,
yeah.
Right, I missed it.
Yeah.
Hey,
You can take a call.
Dave. Hey, man. Oh, no, Valentina. Oh, I'm not getting a needle. I'm hanging up on you. I'm not getting the shot. Okay, goodbye. I got to go.
Danny, I often think about you having the foresight to, because I think it's really easy to start to get some success, to get really careful and protective of that success.
Yeah.
Just the guts to say, I think I'm going to jump into this thing, and to be able to see it and see the potential in it. I think, you often read about, like, I was just reading an article and it was talking about how much Burt Reynolds hated doing boogie nights and was just dragging PTA the whole time. And like, I think there's a point in your career where you're like, what am I doing? I'm doing a movie about the porn industry. Or like, what am I doing? I'm running around in Philly and they're shooting on these crappy little cameras. But I think you have that, and always have had that ability to just kind of see what could work.
Did you think?
A gift?
Well, Bob, you just thought, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, were you thinking that far ahead, or were you just like, no,
Oh
this
yeah,
would be
no,
fun?
I was thinking immediate. I always think like right now, what's going on right now? So like I did say what I said to Landgraf. He probably communicated it to you that I was interested and then we had that meeting and you told me the story.
There was a meeting before that because I came to your house, just me.
Okay.
And I remember that Lucy answered the door.
Right.
And I remember I was really nervous and we weren't sure if it was going to happen. But it was not communicated to us that you were interested. You were interested, but you weren't in.
No, I wasn't in.
No. And so I had to go there and kind of pitch you the character that we had discussed.
That's what.
And Lucy answered the door. And from the time that she went and she like brought me into that old dining room area that you had, and she called out to you, and by the time you got there, I realized that you were going to do the show, and I knew you were because of how much Lucy loved the show.
She dug it,
and I feel like maybe that has to have had some kind of impact that your kids were saying, "Dad, you should do."
Oh yeah, well we were all pissing at the show. We loved it, but they were like really enthusiastic about it, and everybody that you've all experienced this now. Because you're successful and you're on television for 16 years or whatever it is. But the idea is that people will tell you, they'll warn you. Like people said to me, "Why you're going to do that cable show or whatever it was? You're going to do that show after you go to a network show. You got to wait for movies to come along. You got to wait. And if you sit and let people do that to you, you'll never do anything. You got to go with your gut feeling." And then you wrote, great character, and and it was, and we digested the fact that that Sweet D and Dennis were like almost 6 foot tall and blonde. Well, it's my kids, but we worked on it. We worked on that,
But did your gut feeling tell you that show was going to go 15 plus years?
But I do know this about our show, that in the first couple of seasons that I was on the show already, we were still in the toilet, and it was like, and what it is it's sticking to it. Like they stuck with us at FX, John and everybody. And they promoted it, and we kept doing it, and our enthusiasm, lifted it up. And then once we got track, Cheers, for the first 2 seasons, was in the toilet. Nobody saw that show. Brandon Tartikoff
Really?
stuck. Yeah, absolutely. And it's about
same.
a good
Seinfeld's
show.
same, right? Yeah.
But that's why you hear John Landgraf who talk all the time about. I was just speaking with him about this weekend. He talks about the streamers and algorithms and making decisions. He's like shows like Sunny would never exist if we operated the same way.
Exactly.
You have to go with your gut, and sometimes your gut's wrong, and sometimes your gut's right, but it's the only thing you got.
But sticking to it has got a lot to do with it. Even Taxi, we went 5 years, and we were still doing well. And we had Brooks and Weinberger and Stan Daniels and Dave Davis writing for the show. All these people we had great writers. Okay, they never let you down. But in the 5th season, ABC, I'm not afraid to say this, they just fucked us up. They moved us to every different night. They were trying to use us as a lead-in or whatever the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
And then they canceled our show. The year that I think everybody won an Emmy and the show won an Emmy, they canceled the show. We were like blindsided. I was in New York going to do Saturday Night Live for the first time as a host, and I got the news. Everybody was
The night of the show? Like
no.
God.
A week, a couple of weeks. No, a week before. And I said, and we all got together, all the cast and Brooks and whoever was around. We got drunk as we called everybody. We said, "What the fuck? You're canceling Taxi?" We were like devastated, and we got really pissed drunk. And I remember calling Lorne Michaels and saying that I want to bring everybody on the show. And I did. He did. My first line, I think, on the center stage was after the applause died down. Thank you very much. I said, "Do you believe ABC canceled Taxi?" And the fucking people went crazy.
You have one of the greatest entrances in the history of television that introduced the world, not only the world to the character of Louis De Palma, but the actor Danny DeVito. And I think it's worth, because my guess is that the vast majority of people who are watching this podcast did not see that first episode of Taxi, and it might be worth putting in the podcast, Matt, because it is one of the funniest moments in television history.
A little bit of history for Louis. It was a voice first, like Carlin the doorman. He was a voice, and then they wrote the character a little bit more because after I got in the show, and then I think it was Dave Davis, who just passed away, who was a real integral part of the post of all of the stuff that Jim did and all those guys from Mary Tyler Moore. But he was the one that says, "Hold out DeVito until," and they wrote that joke. Like the joke was, I pushed everybody around from the cage. They were kowtowing to me. I was terrifying. Yeah. And then when they wanted to borrow a cab, I come out and I'm talking to Judd.
Louis? Yeah? I need a cab for the weekend. I'm going to Miami.
No!
Oh, come on, Louis. I'm very tight on time. I got to leave right now. Let's take it.
Hold everything. Okay, I got to get tough with you guys. We don't let cabs out no more.
Oh, come on, Louis. It's very important. What about 1621? Nobody wants 1621.
Hey, can I go along?
Yeah,
I don't have
sure.
anything else.
I'll have it back for you by the end of the week.
Alex, I run this garage, and no one takes my cabs for joyrides.
All right. Come on, let's take it.
Give me a minute while I go to the can. Thank you very much.
But that was at a time when you could air an episode of television and 30 million people might watch it. Maybe
bigger.
Maybe more, 40, 50 million people. And your life changes in that
Immediately.
moment, right? The next day.
Well, one day you're walking around and then the show airs, and then that Wednesday, I think it was on a Tuesday night or a Thursday. Tuesday night. Anyway, the next day you can't go in.
That's insane.
60 share. Something like that.
So that means
because
60% of the people who were watching TV were watching Taxi.
Yeah.
Think about that
So
in
that's,
today's standards,
maybe
like
50, 60 million people. That's
just
amazing.
how many different streaming services, how many shows.
It's not possible anymore.
But it was astounding to, you guys experienced it with Sonny, because I remember in the early days,
60
right?
people were watching.
Yeah, and then
we had a 60 share.
and then
60
all of a
share,
sudden
60
when it
people.
kicked in, you guys you couldn't go anywhere without people knowing you.
I can't go to an Irish pub.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
I can pretty much go anywhere else. In Philly, it's maybe a little different.
You
In Philly,
can't
it's a little crazy.
go anywhere.
Yeah.
The first time I remember actually really experiencing that was one of the few early seasons. Maybe we were doing press for season 2 or 3, and we were in New York, and we went out to a Yankees game with you.
Oh yeah,
And people started spotting you, and a crowd started to swarm around you. It was the first time that I had that feeling of like, oh, this is a little unnerving. Like, this is borderline dangerous. Like, who's in this crowd? Like, what do they want?
It's yeah.
It can get a little scary.
It gets
like,
a little scary when
just when it gets a little big and packed in. I mean, we've had that in Philly a couple times.
where
but,
they start swarming a little bit.
yeah, but it wasn't us. At
You
the
get
beginning.
out.
I was
You
more
get-
just like, I gotta
you
get,
get out.
Danny out of here.
Yeah, you get me in the car and shut the door.
Just
push him in the car.
There's Paul McCartney, like crazy out there, huh? But-
Oh,
So tell
man.
us about the goatee.
My goatee.
Yeah, is this for a reason?
Well, it's for a movie that I just did with Chris Pine. His movie is called Pool Man. So I grew some hair, and now my hair is a little shorter, but I had a little ponytail
Sweet.
sticking out of the hat. Like kind of. Cha-Cha was a big influence, except for the goatee.
We've
which
talked about Cha-Cha a lot.
I love,
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
I just felt like, like the character of, in the movie was really a lot Cha-Cha, but I put a goatee on and a mustache to
It looks cool.
so that's the goatee and the mustache. The hat is Little Demon.
Little Demon.
Yeah,
Little
yeah,
Demon.
yeah.
I mean, we had so much fun doing that Little Demon. It's just like off the charts. And it's really weird. I mean, you guys did animation, and we've all done voices and stuff.
Mhm.
But to go from soup to nuts with the Little Demon was, I think the first time I heard the pitch was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then every little
Yeah.
step to get to the first script and then to get the green light and then doing the animation was like, and Jake and Lucy did it.
Yeah.
Basically they did what you guys do.
Mhm.
You guys show run our show, but that the intensity of doing that,
Oh, it's so much work.
It's so much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I've got the easy job in this Sunny show where I just come and fuck up my lines. But
Easy until we say, hey, Danny, so we're going to cover you in baby oil and slide you across the floor.
easy until
Shoot you out of the couch.
Yeah,
and-
easy until
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy, we got something for you this year. we got
Yeah,
something
yeah,
for you
we
this
got-
year,
but I
man.
can't wait. But Little Demon was like everybody in it. We had to did it during COVID. She had to send the kits to everybody's house
yeah.
and did it online and all that. And it was like just a glorious experience.
And the show's doing really well.
Show's doing really got
Yeah.
incredible accolade. We need more fans. We need all the Sunny fans to watch it on
Takes time.
Hulu.
Takes
So
time.
it takes time.
Dan, you once told me a story going back even further. We're going to go pre-Taxi.
Yes.
You told me a story about one of your first off-Broadway gigs where you replaced William Devane, in a play.
Yes.
And then it led to a different part.
Yes.
And I think it's an inspiring story just about sticking with something, but also a little bit of luck and chance and staying just in the game.
I was doing an off-Broadway play in the summer, a Pirandello play, 3 by Pirandello, 3 one-act plays. I had 2 small parts in the 3 plays.
And this is before any film, television
Before
gigs.
anything, it's just like 1968.
You're
Okay.
how old? Paint us a picture.
I'm
24?
68. I'm born in 44. Do the
24 years
math.
old.
Okay. So a guy winds up directing this being part of the play. He was like an actor in it, and we ran this summer. calls me up. He says, I got this thing I'm going to direct, but there's another actor who's already set to play the part, but I need to read it. And I go, okay, I'll go read it there were backers and there were other people and they wanted, and it was a great part of a really irreverent stable boy, right? Guy's like a pig, like a really wonderful part. And so I go read it but the part wasn't mine. It was somebody else's. It was Bill
You're just
Devane.
doing like a reading.
It was Bill Devane. Bill
William
Devane
Devane
was
is
going to
great
play
actor,
this part. Really, great, perfect for it. Cut to, guy calls me up, says, Bill just got the lead in this really big off-Broadway show, and he's going to leave the show, and we want you to step in and play the part. And it's thrilling, right? It's like,
it's a huge break.
Huge break. Plus, at that time, I think the equity minimum was $72 a week, which was pretty big.
It's still about that.
A lot of money. Anyway, cut to the chase. I do the part. The actor strike happens. One of the actors strikes. We struck for like maybe $79. We were out of work for a month, in the rain, picketing, blah, blah, blah. Come back to work, different director. They put a new director in. The guy who's my friend, they kick him out, right? Okay. We go do the show. During the re-up of the show, the girl who's playing my love interest in the play, her girlfriend comes to the play, right? And we go have a coffee at the cookery, and her name is Rhea, right? So...
You didn't tell me this part of the story. This is a whole different thing.
So I'm getting to the... Yeah.
That's not the good part?
Yes,
well, there's another good part. It's a very good part.
But I had to throw that in there because that's how I met Rhea. Okay, so there's all these like...
So this play is a huge thing in your life.
So now we open on I think it was a Sunday night or maybe a Monday night. Anyway, I live not far. I walk to work every day and I try to get there early to the play. Go hang out in my dressing room, screw around. I look up, there's sets being taken out of the theater. I didn't know they closed. They closed the next day. So the reviews were so bad.
You've done one preview for reviewers.
One for the reviewers.
And the next day, a guy's scraping the sign.
They're scraping the sign off. I got no job. I walk in, right? This is the part this is the part you're talking about.
Yeah.
I walk into the lobby. Now the general manager's there. I said, what's going on? He said, well, we closed. Nobody called me or anything. And I said, shit, oh, wow. So I got my stuff out of my dressing room. I'm out of a job. And he says, they're looking for one part in this play, this other play that I'm general manager on. They're auditioning now up on 72nd Street, right? They were looking for one part they can't cast. I said, he says, we ought to go up there. I think you'd be right for this part. I get on a train or with a bus or whatever, and I go up to 72nd Street. I go in and I meet these guys, and they're doing this play called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest that I don't know anything about, right? I walk in, I do it. There were hardly any lines. They said, do an improv. So I do some physical stuff just on the stage with me. I get the part. Guess who's playing the lead in that? William Devane, who bowed out of the other play that I took, that I met Rhea at. That
he's playing R.P. McMurphy.
He's playing McMurphy. I'm playing Martini.
Unbelievable.
That's the thing. Sometimes, like failures, you just have to view them from like a perspective, and then they don't look like failures at all anymore.
And how much did doing that play lead to you getting the part in the movie?
A lot, because first of all, Hal Ashby saw it because he was going to direct it first.
Oh my God.
Michael Douglas was a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
was going to produce the movie, and then Milos got to see the play.
Mm-hmm.
amazing. You do this play, you do it just long enough to meet your future wife and mother of your children, right? And then it ends, and it feels like a huge, devastating thing, but it ends just in time for you to get a chance to audition for a thing that will lead to a major breakthrough in a huge film, and which will pave the way towards Taxi and
everything.
Crazy.
It worked out for everybody except Bill Devane.
Yeah.
Bill Devane did fine.
No, he did a lot of good
but he
stuff
wasn't.
afterward.
He wasn't Jack Nicholson.
No, Jack was all right. Jack's Jack. You can't.
Want Jack.
He was so right for that.
How
part.
long had you been an actor at that point?
Tell everyone your profession before.
Hairdresser.
This. Yes, and people don't believe that when I
was a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Danny was a hairdresser.
Well, I was first a gardener, and then hanging around New Jersey doing nothing. And my sister forced me to go to beauty school.
Yeah.
She had a beauty parlor.
You might as well garden people's heads.
Yeah, what are you going to do? And I said, what do I don't, how am I going to do this? She said, well, I'll send you to school. So in the summer, she kind of prepped me for the school by, my aunts and, she showed me how to do the curlers and the thing. And she bought me, you met Angie. You all met Angie. Yeah. She was like the force behind the family. Mm-hmm. She was really the big mouth, the smoking a cigarette, telling you what to do.
She says you got to cut hair.
On everything.
Cut hair, right?
Yeah. I went to the school the first day. I was dragging my feet. I didn't know what the hell am I doing? Even though I started learning how to do it in the summer with my family, whatever. And then I walked into this place upstairs. I'll never forget it. I opened the doors and there were like 30 girls there and maybe 3 guys. It was like my sister just gave me a ticket to heaven. I went downstairs and called her up. I went to the phone booth and called her up. I said, Angie, I owe you my life. Everything. There was so many nice looking women up there. So
you went all the way through the program and then you were a hairdresser.
And then I worked for her. I went to work for her sweeping floors, she gave me all the old ladies. I would do all the old ladies. Uh-huh. She had a big clientele of like, and then finally I graduated into doing styles. Like I do, a young woman. And I do like,
Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you gesturing to me.
No, I could do, I couldn't do their hair, but I could do your hair.
I'd let you do my hair
I would do like, some styles. I still know how to do that. I could cut hair really well. And so I started getting like, but there's
styles from the wrong era, but
Page Boy Puff, like a bouffant, a beehive.
Sure.
I could do the beehive and all this shit. Kind of one thing that I wanted to say about the old lady thing at the beginning, because she gave me these, and I got really friendly with all these women from, all around. They were like in their 70s, 80s. Some of them had like, hardly any hair, and you'd have to do the curls and do the whole thing. And then the first thing that happened, like that was really weird, was one of my clients died.
In the chair while you...
Not in the chair.
Oh my God.
Thank God not. Thank God, Megan. Thank God not in the chair, Megan.
Scissor wounds.
She died, but her family asked me to do her hair.
No, in the coffin?
For the coffin.
Oh my God.
It was the first time that happened. And subsequently, I did several because my sister kept giving me... I would go to the
mortician.
Wait, so
how do we not know this?
I would go to the more. I mean, come on, this is like got to be a future Sunny episode.
The dead body.
But like, no, seriously, they're dead. They're there. They're done up by the guy, the mortician. They're in the box. They're in the whole thing, and I would be the last person and I would take their hair and you use the dry. There was dry setting lotion.
Yeah,
like that I had. My sister, somehow I can't remember where I got it. And you curl the hair, set the hair, right? Let it set, then take it out, and then cut it, and then not cut it, but fluff it up, do little.
And then you were like, you know what? I'll do something else.
I think maybe this is the end of the rope.
Yeah, this might be it.
This is the end of the rope.
But also, I'm just catching now that the morticians don't do the hair. What kind of bullshit is that? Like you do the whole body and face. I don't do
I'm
the hair.
sorry.
I don't touch the hair.
It's a whole other
The hair
specialty.
grosses me
The
out.
hair's gross.
Well, it was request.
Oh,
I
it
was
was a request
requested
from the deceased.
from the deceased
Yeah,
family.
so morticians, I think, do sometimes do the hair. Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
But in this particular case,
But in
they
these,
were like,
in the,
no, it's got to be.
in
So
the-
it's like, fine, you can do that. job,
they
but I don't see it.
needed they needed Mr. Dan to come and do
Mr.
their.
Dan.
Mr. Dan.
Dapper Dan.
Dan.
Dapper Dan.
Well, some people
The
call
scissor
him
man.
Danny.
Dapper Dan, the scissor
Mr.
man.
Dan, the scissor man.
The scissor man.
Scissor man.
You guys, this show is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Is trying to find gifts for everyone in your life stressing you out?
You know what? Then stop giving them gifts and start giving yourself a gift instead. Give yourself the gift of BetterHelp Online Therapy, where you can talk to a licensed professional about what's holding you back.
And really, you owe it to yourself to give BetterHelp a shot. I'm so glad I did. It's easy, confidential, and completely online, and it really helped me learn new coping skills and self-empowerment.
This year, shop for yourself before anyone else at betterhelp.com/sunny.
You know, as the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists 100% online. Plus, it's affordable.
Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler.
Oh, she's right, guys. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist.
Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/sunny. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sunny. Heyo, we are supported by Athletic Greens.
Athletic Greens? You mean the makers of the delicious, nutritious green powder drink known as AG1? Is that the one you're talking about?
That's the one I'm talking about.
You mean the one that, what do they say again? Gives you 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food, source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens?
That's exactly what they say, and that's exactly why I took it when I went to Wales to meet the King of England. Did you guys hear about that? Did I tell you about that?
Yeah. We heard about that. We heard about
Yeah,
it.
you guys, yeah, you heard about it. Okay, well, just so
sure
you know.
did.
Yeah.
I took the AG1 to make sure my immune system was shipshape when I met him. That's a phrase that the English say.
Oh, did they say that?
Yeah.
Do they still say that? Listen, here's the good news. Now anyone, royalty or otherwise, can get their own supply online. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/alwayssunny. Nope.
No.
No, don't do that. That was a trick.
Get it right.
athleticgreens.com/sunny. Just /sunny. That's it. /sunny. Just that.
Again, for clarity and accuracy, athleticgreens.com/sunny to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Rob met the king.
Rob met the king.
Of England.
Okay, so then, my sister, enterprising, and she sent me to school to become she wanted to sell makeup in the beauty parlor. So she sent me to New York to go to Queen Helene to learn makeup. So I learned from, I swear to God,
Queen
it's the name of a product, a line.
Okay.
L'Oreal,
Sure.
Clairol. And I went to this place. It was the weirdest. It was almost like out of a Fritz Lang movie. You went into this hotel, and the lobby is like small and dark, and then there's steps that went down into a place that said Queen Helene, and it was almost like you'd think it was going to be a fortune teller down there.
Yeah.
That's
what I was
really
imagining.
interesting. And I met this woman, and she said, well, I teach a makeup class at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts every Tuesday and Thursday or whatever. Granted, I don't think I ever thought of becoming an actor before that.
No thought
That's
of it.
amazing. In high
No thought of it.
school?
No. Well, I did a play in high school.
You did?
I did a no-speaking tableau. I played St. Francis of Assisi.
Mm-hmm.
And in a robe and without shoes and socks, and it was a tableau. I played a saint,
but no real thought of
real
becoming
thought
an
of
actor
being.
at that point.
And I only did that because I wanted to get a good grade in my English class.
Sure.
And I wasn't, paying attention in that. So
I'll do it, but I'm going to style corpse hair one day.
I'm going
see.
down
You'll see.
to the
You'll see.
mortuary and gonna get that wax and we'll
Stylist to
stick
the
it to their
deceased.
head. And man, they feel weird too. You ever feel a dead person?
Oh yeah.
They feel really weird.
No.
It's right away.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
did?
yes. Oh, yes.
Have you ever seen a dead person up close?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I, honestly,
Okay.
like once.
Besides
and I
in
was
a
like,
more-
I'm good.
Not great.
I was a kid I was an altar boy. Okay, this is a
Yeah.
good one. And I used to do there was a 6 o'clock mass, 6:30 mass, and you'd fight over it because who the hell wants to get up at 6 o'clock and go do the altar? You want to? So I get the 6:30 mass one day for my friend who's doing the 6 o'clock mass. I got there a little early, freezing cold, New Jersey, maybe 4 or 5 old ladies in the big church for the 6 o'clock mass, right? I go early. I go into one of the front pews. I sit there and watch. They're finishing the mass. All of a sudden, I hear a thud, and I look over, and there's a dead lady right there, right here, like right where you are, looking up at me with her eyes open.
Oh my God.
It was scary as shit.
The face
And
you
I-
just made.
And I go, oh. Now I don't know what
Was there
to
like
do.
a knife and a
there's-
note? Like what happened?
There was no. She
lady got a
dropped
heart
dead right next to me, with her and like staring at me,
Looking right at you.
Charlie
Her last
upside
words
down
were,
with her
"Do
eyes
my
open
hair."
like this.
Do my hair.
Do my hair. That was way before I ventured into the hair business. So it was my first time.
First dead body.
First dead body,
Of many.
and it was
Okay.
scary as shit.
The guys have talked about the bodies they've found on the
Yeah.
podcast before.
We've talked
so
about
this
all
is
the
good.
dead bodies.
Okay, let's not dead body it.
So you're doing a couple
Change the
acting
subject.
classes
Right.
at the beauty salon / acting school.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
But-
I get
You get the
hooked.
bug?
I get like
What hooked you? Did you get
Well,
some
the
good
guys-
laughs or some?
you get to get up and do a scene or something. You learn them. I had to learn a monologue or something. I can't remember the first thing I learned.
But now
I think
for a
it was
lot of people,
to
that's very awkward. That's very awkward. But for you,
but
right
some
away,
people who are very
Good at-
interested in getting up and showing off in front of people.
So
but
you were
but you were
extroverted
discovering
already?
that. Then I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Because you hadn't really done plays, so
No.
you're discovering in the moment. You're like, oh shit, I like
It's
this.
really cool
Yeah.
being
But were
up
you
there.
class clowning? Were you like? Do you like the
I did.
attention?
I
and
did like the attention.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like your attention.
Sure.
I wasn't like a bookworm who
Yeah.
stayed back and
You ain't a wallflower.
hid. No, it was no wallflower.
Yeah.
No, I was always
front.
outspoken, out front, got out. And,
Okay, well, listen. I know we've got some clips, some Danny clips that we want to watch at some
Okay.
point. Maybe some. What is it? A bit of a
See, 'cause
highlight
I could
reel?
stay here.
You some of that?
I love it here.
But I do.
You want
I
a
could
cocktail?
stay here.
It's
and talk.
cozy.
You want some-
Oh, this is so great.
It's cozy,
Yeah.
right?
You want some
Yeah.
drink?
So, but
Yeah,
what
drink.
yeah, you want to drink?
Do I want to drink? How about a hot toddy?
Oh,
Yeah, we can
We
make you a
got
hot
that.
I'll take a
We
hot
got that.
toddy.
But can I ask you, because this is ultimately about the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which
Yes.
you're familiar with.
Which I am very familiar
Now,
with.
when you started doing the show, right, you show up in the first day of set. Did you feel like once you got there and you were doing the show with us, did you feel like you were in good hands? Did you feel like you were
Yeah,
working with people
I
who
did.
knew what they were
I felt
doing? Or did
comfortable
you did?
immediately and loved it right from the start.
Yeah.
Did you have a moment where you felt a shift in your Frank Reynolds like persona and performance from like your first season to like a few in where you're like, oh, I'm going to try to sort of settle into this character in a slightly different way, or did it feel the same from the beginning?
Yeah, what was
'Cause
that
just
journey
from
like?
our perspective, it felt like around the third or fourth season, like you figured something else about the guy, like an even more casual approach that was even funnier than what you were already doing. Not to say that the other stuff wasn't funny because it's
Well, yeah.
hilarious, that we just fell in love with and then started writing to more specifically.
Yeah. No, I think it got deeper. It got more into like the see. I one of my favorite things was that I describe it to you in that scene where I say I want to be I want to live in squalor and
Yeah.
I used to live like this. In squalor and filth, always trying to get over on people, scamming my way through situations.
Wow, I don't care.
I want to live like you again, Charlie.
and so I felt like that was the direction that Frank was going, as more and more extreme. And I always used to say to you, push the envelope. Let's do more outrageous things. Not only because I thought that's what the audience would like and the fans would like, but that I would like.
That's what you wanted to do.
I feel like I would like. I like to, I love when you throw me out of a window. I love when I lose my memory. I love when I get, like caught in a porta potty with or a coil in my underwear or slimed or like, and if you look at the milestones of it, you can say like, when this happened to me and when that happened to me and when blah, 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 all the way down the line as a through line for Frank's character.
You do start off, basically you've become someone that you don't like, which is this like buttoned up business guy who you made lots of money, you were very successful, but you're not happy.
Yeah.
You want to go back to living like you were when you were younger.
Yeah.
And, so your journey as a character mirrors maybe a little bit your journey as an actor on the show where, initially you're like trying to figure out, how do I fit into this? Like, what is this? Like how, you know what I mean? Like, what's my role in this?
I always feel that like when you're doing a movie or you're doing a part that, if it's not written, you always create that backstory for yourself. You find out, even beyond the thing, what happened to Martini after Cuckoo's Nest? Where does that character go? What's the journey of the character? Mm-hmm. Like Frank, I feel like has so much, there's so much range to that character.
Yeah.
To Frank Reynolds. You've given me, like a canvas and you feed it. I mean, like, why do I get to become a germophobic? Why do what happens to me? And then how far can we take it?
Why is there hand sanitizer all over the floor? Goes in here. Oh!
Frank?
Oh my God.
What the hell did you do to yourself?
I just want to be pure.
I have to say that trying to pick the best clips of you on the show, Danny, is an impossible task. So don't come at me in the comments because they're not all here. Because there wasn't.
Also, even just trying to talk about your career, I mean, like, you can talk about Twins, you talk about Batman, you talk about all the movies directed.
That's okay. You'll come back again. We'll do some more.
We'll just follow you around with a mic. Like, tell us about.
What are you saying? A man in a couch?
Hello.
That's absurd. Now, I believe there's a man in that couch right there. There is no man. There's no man. Say some things about Frank Reynolds. Say them loud and make sure that they're horrible, horrible things. And then we'll deal with the man in the couch. Okay, so there is a man in the couch.
All right, just call Frank Reynolds an asshole.
Who is Frank Reynolds? He's the man in the couch.
Oh my God, what are you people doing?
You just say something about Frank that's horrible. Call him an asshole.
Look at the two of them. Here he comes. The greased halibut.
I haven't seen this in so long.
Let the couch.
It's hot.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Incredible.
God bless.
Guy, remember the. So
That's the Christmas episode.
That was the Christmas episode as well.
Like
so
the thing is, you read the script, and you don't think you're gonna get naked in front of everybody. Okay, well, we all know each other. The crew, we know the crew, but you don't realize it's going to be like 50 background actors back there, like standing around that you don't know. And then the first time that clip is on the thing
Caitlin
where she doesn't talk.
Yeah, and you're like, you're just hanging out there.
My line is hot. It's hot. And I'm standing there. You didn't say anything, and then she didn't.
Wasn't my line.
She was just looking at me like a deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming truck.
None of us knew what to expect. But we had tested the couch.
Yep.
But nobody
not had anyone rip through. We just sort of tested
the halibut
and then
coming
we greased you up, and off you went. And I think we only did one take because I think we were like,
you don't need more than one.
We're like, we got it.
Oh my God,
we got it.
That was hysterical.
I think that's
love
probably
that.
the most referenced, one of the most referenced moments of the show. Period.
For sure.
That was so much fun.
Well, we had read an article about people sewing themselves into couches. That's right. And then we were thinking, like, they were doing it to sort of like smuggle themselves, maybe places. I can't remember why they were doing it, but it was a thing where people had been sewing themselves And we're like, oh, it'd be funny to sew yourself.
No, that is what it was. It was people sewing themselves into car seats to get smuggled into the country.
Yeah.
I also remember coming in over a weekend and having seen one of those nature videos where an animal was being birthed.
That's right.
And saying, let's figure out a way in which we can do some kind of version of that. I don't know what it would be. And then these two ideas just found themselves.
They merged.
Yes. And pitching it to you and not really knowing how you're going to react.
A no would have been a fine answer.
Yeah.
Like if you were like, guys, I'm gonna do it, but I want to keep my clothes on. We'd be like, we get it.
That was too good to
just
pass
be like in
up.
your underwear.
I that was too good to pass up.
Well, we'll see if you say no this year.
Okay.
Is there anything you're hoping for to do in Sunday?
I'm not getting circumcised on camera.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's,
we would never.
That's a line.
We would never. No. We would never do anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie and I, we go down the sewer, and first thing we do is to preserve our clothes. We take our clothes off. We get totally naked because you don't want to get wet. We ball our clothes up. We stick them up someplace high. There's this waitress who Charlie's in love with, and I banged her. Charlie got really upset when I banged the waitress.
This is what you're telling the people on the tour.
She was a nice piece of ass.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Charlie, he's my buddy. We sleep together. We hang out together. Once I pooped in the bed. I blamed it on him. One time the guys got hooked on crack. It was really crazy.
Just telling stories.
I remember.
They wanted to make some money with the baby, but nobody would buy the baby because it was white. They said they had to turn it brown. We were fighting over the sword, and just about when we were about to hit each other with the sword, social services came in. We thought we were killing the baby.
I don't understand this talk.
Charlie wrote this musical. Oh, man, it was really funny. I played Troll on the musical. Yeah, and it's called The Night Man Cometh. I can sing you my song if you like. You gotta pay the troll toll to get into this boy's hole. Yeah, I kept saying. I was saying soul. He was saying he thought I was saying boy's hole. One of the things I like doing most is banging whores. I go out and bang a lot of whores.
I forgot we had left that going for that long.
Yeah,
that wasn't in the script.
I think weren't we just saying, Danny, just tell us about the show.
Recap old episodes.
Yeah, recap old episodes of the show to the best of your.
So none of that was
knowledge.
scripted. It was
Nope.
just
None
of that was
amazing.
No, it was all done. We did it all.
Yeah, that was on a barge.
We just recapped it.
Also, that was in Philly.
We were just like, it would be funny if like his version of a tour is like just telling stories about him and the gang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's,
I like also that they're like, we don't know who this is, and he's like, Charlie. Like, that's explaining.
Charlie, my best friend.
Charlie.
We sleep together. I pooped in the bed once. I blamed him.
Did the long hair of that season too, man? Like
Yeah.
season
Someone asked him
7.
if he's growing it out.
Even my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how long do we have before we start?
We got a month and a half.
Month and a half.
It's going. It's
We'll
like,
get there.
look at it.
Let it go.
We'll get
let it
there.
go.
I'm letting it go. I don't
Yeah,
cut it.
Yeah. Month and a half, we'll be good.
I don't
We'll be
cut
good.
it.
I like the Giuliani stuff from last season.
Yeah.
Painting his hair,
Yeah.
and that was fun.
He says he has sex
All
with
right.
hundreds of prostitutes.
Okay, and then this,
Okay, this is
good.
This
another
is
classic.
Step foot in this high school ever again.
Right? No! We can't go out like that. Look, if life pushes you down, you gotta push back. If you're dealt a bunch of lemons, you gotta take those lemons and stuff them down somebody's throat until they see yellow. And if some punk-ass kid humiliates you, you gotta do the only thing that's left to do.
Yeah! Whoa! Yes, Frank. Oh, wow. That was a great speech, man. That's the most coherent thing that's ever come out of your mouth.
That was awesome, dude.
You usually just ramble
that
on
was
and
like
on
a
and
basketball
on.
coach. All right, so what is it?
Yeah.
Huh?
What's the one thing left to do? What is it?
Well, the thing of it is that there's the lemon stuff.
Right.
And then you got Mac, who's a rat. And Dee's body breaks.
look at how fat you are.
Yeah.
And that's the thing of it, and it's good.
Saying.
No, you were going to tell us what to do. That doesn't. We didn't ask you if something was good or if it wasn't good.
I lost my train of thought. Let's go back to the bar.
Oh my god!
Rousing speech and then forgetting what you were talking
And
about.
we scored that, which is interesting.
Oh,
That's
man.
not something
Yeah.
we normally do.
No,
Sometimes, from time to time.
Sometimes we like to
Squeeze
score
a little
something.
extra mileage out of
That's
the
a
joke.
lot of fun.
Right, this is a nice spot.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? You're supposed to get booze.
Oh, this is ham. Soaked in rum. It's loaded with
The way it
booze.
sat down.
God damn it, Frank.
The
Eating your
dogs on the
drinks?
beach.
That is genius.
Roselle.
What the? What is that?
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck with a
Oh,
needle.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a syringe. Be careful. They are everywhere. Now give me a piece of ham.
Hey, check that out.
Dogs.
What? The hell's it doing here?
Get out of here. Goddamn dogs. I'm telling you, dude. They were lurking before and now they're swarming.
I'm not sharing
They
my
were
ham with no
lurking before now
dogs.
they're swarming.
I got a great idea.
That's the best.
Now this was
Oh my God, that was so much fun.
Getting rip shit on ham.
So obviously you're not in the middle of the ocean.
No,
but do you
we-
remember
No, but we were out.
about shooting
We're out
this?
a
We're out
We were
a
out a
little
little
bit.
bit.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the background's green screen, no?
Yes.
After a certain point, yeah, it becomes.
Yeah, because I think we were shooting it. Why is
You
that?
shot it in a pool.
No. We shot this on the ocean.
You did?
You were you had to be anchored like near a pier.
You got any cookies or something?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'll go a
snack.
couple
Some
cookies.
snack? Guys, I got to tell you, I have become quite the reader these days.
What are you doing? Are you trying to say that you're better than us?
No, I just wanted to put it out there. Just wanted to have it acknowledged.
Yeah. So if you want the attention so bad, I guess we'll give it to you right now. Hey, Glenn, what kind of books are you reading?
Oh man, tons actually. Yeah, I've been reading books on Audible on my Alexa. It's the perfect hands-free companion for when I'm cooking, cleaning, or lounging on the sofa, resting my eyes, or reading a bunch.
Now that sounds like listening, right? Because I don't think it counts as reading if you're just listening to your books on Alexa.
Let reading evolve. Gone are the days of licking your dirty fingers to turn pages. Now all I have to do is say, Alexa, read Fear the Wolf by James Patterson. And voila, she reads it to me through my Audible app. Yeah, I said voila.
Okay, but again, do you see? She reads it to you, so you aren't reading. You're being read too. That's listening.
That's right, I'm reading.
Oh, so I'm reading you right now. The Book of Glenn.
Maybe you should just listen to me and go check out the Audible/Alexa discovery option, where Alexa customers can simply use their voice to discover new books or navigate within an existing listen.
We'll let you unpack that one over time. Meanwhile, Alexa customers can listen to James Patterson's new power family football thriller, Fear the Wolf. Just say, Alexa, read Fear the Wolf. Now available for free on Alexa starting 12/9. That's December 9th. Offer only available in the United States of America. Buckle up, everyone. We're here to talk about cancel culture.
Yay!
Yikes.
Oh, everybody likes
inside
this.
the
So
ads
fun.
inside the ads we're gonna talk about.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Today we're brought to you by Rocket Money, the simplest and best way to cancel subscriptions you don't use anymore or don't even know you're paying for.
Okay. Right. I mean, perhaps you're being double charged for a service and didn't even know about it. That'd be pretty bad. Cancel them.
Cancel them.
Or you could be paying for services you don't even use. Most Americans think they spend around $80 a month on subscriptions when the actual total is closer to $200. Egregious!
Egregious.
Be gone,
Cancel.
vile charges. Be gone from me.
To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest.
Boom, the money's back in your pocket, and that's the kind of cancel culture we can all agree on, right? That's the fun kind.
Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/sunny. Now, seriously, it could save you hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/sunny.
Just go ahead and cancel your unnecessary subscriptions right now at rocketmoney.com/sunny.
I'm going to do this for real. And then I'm going to...
as am I, because
I'm gonna report
I know
back.
I'm just leaking oil here with these apps.
Absolutely.
You know
I
what
don't
mean?
know who I'm paying or what I'm paying.
Or
what
why.
I'm, what,
Half the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you owe me $100,000, I think.
Let's
Yeah.
not get into
And you owe me $150,000.
Yeah, me,
According to
and me
Rocket Money.
Well, let's find out
175.
from Rocket Money and see what they think. Let's see what they say. Because
try to
but they'll
verify it.
cancel it. They can cancel that.
You want some?
Oh, I'll have some popcorn. Thanks.
Man, it's good.
We're in a show.
Watching a movie.
Yeah.
Do you like the scenes where you get to eat on camera? Because I
Yeah.
know the fans really love, especially when you're
I love
eating
eating on,
peaches.
on camera.
Jesus Christ, get out of here, Frank. You're an animal.
I like to make it in my mouth. It tastes better.
Do you think maybe you could eat that sandwich later?
I'm starving. I just got sent a whole box of peaches. Real ones. I'm eating like a goddamn islander.
You know how everybody like eats and then spits in a bag?
Uh-huh.
I don't spit in the bag.
Yeah, you just take it.
Now, once in a while I do.
Depends on what we're eating. That ham. I think we were eating that ham.
Oh man, the ham was great.
The ham was good. Once the dog started gnawing on it, I don't think we wanted to eat as much. But
Frank, we are no longer in relaxing mode. We are now in survival mode.
Will you stop being so dramatic? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where's the rum ham? Where's the rum?
No, Frank, stay in the boat. Frank, stay in the boat.
Oh, rum ham. I'm sorry, rum ham. I'm sorry.
Now, this was a Wilson
yes,
thing, right?
Reference.
From
yeah,
What was the
from
name of
Castaway.
Castaway.
Oh, is that what the face on the rum ham was
Yeah,
supposed to be?
basically. It was kind of a Wilson thing.
Oh, that's interesting. This is a
Love
the
this one.
debut of the
Oh, go
move.
Hey, how you doing? I like your top. Looking good, Mac.
Frank. You want to get down?
Like the moves.
Did you bring in that move, or did they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all improvised moves. Man.
That's
And
you.
then you improvised singing, go for it, go for
yes.
it.
There was no music being played. Yeah,
No mute. Yeah. And then Rob and I went in post and added the lyrics, go for it, into the song that we put
Yeah,
up.
because
this
you
is us
can't,
singing.
because you don't want to sing a song that's recognizable because you have to pay for it.
Yes.
Yeah, but we also
He
thought
was
it was
making
funny
that
that
up.
you were singing that, and we were like, "Well, what if that is what the song is singing?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got in Twins. I did. I improvised. Tonight is your night, bro.
Tonight is your night, bro. Tonight is your night, bro. Tonight is your night, bro. Yeah, it's your night, bro.
Because they were going to use tonight would be from the West Side Story, but they didn't want to pay for it.
Oh, not the.
So I said, tonight is your night, bro, and sang it over and over again until people made me stop.
Stop.
How dare they?
A wholesome nut mix. Yeah.
Man,
Here
this
we
is
got here.
good.
These snacks are good. Go for it. Go for it.
D, sharpest item in the bar. I need it now. Let's go.
Oh, what the hell's going on over here? Oh my God.
So this is for the listeners, the cold open where Frank is trying to hang himself in the bar. A real enduring image, I think, from the show. Pretty amazing.
Oh my God.
It's dark.
Is he all right, Frank? Are you all right?
Don't try to stop me.
So he's alive.
Lost all my money at Ponzi scheme, Charlie. I'm broke.
His neck is so thick. I feel like he's just gonna swing and dangle around for a really long time.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's go. Frank, it's not gonna work for you. You can't do that, buddy.
Cheer to me. Tight cheer to me.
Time's tough, huh?
I cheer to me.
Shit.
As a just
I got
So are we
saved.
suggesting that Frank really did try to commit suicide?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. That is what we're
Times are
suggesting.
tough.
That's right.
Not very good at it. Don't commit suicide.
No.
Life is too
It ain't funny
important.
in real life.
It's
We
true.
have a
'Cause
lot of fun.
failures in the moment, as you've said, might turn out to be the best thing that ever happened to you, right?
Absolutely. You got to develop a thick neck
Yeah, yes, for life.
for life.
Everyone should have a thick neck for life. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
What is this? You're stuck?
Was this your plan?
No.
What is this? How did this happen?
No. How does anything happen, Charlie? Move past it, will you?
That's going to be impossible. Yeah, where are your clothes? Why are you naked and stuck in a coil?
Just get me out of here.
So I just love, just as a story thing, saying, how does anything happen? Because nobody needs to know how he got in the coil.
Go buy it,
doesn't
Charlie.
matter.
Explain it, right?
No, never.
Never explain it. And the whole credit sequence is just him there with a bunch of kids running around.
Taunting me,
When
right?
we got down to set, there was only one pole in that coil.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked as if any man could easily just kind of climb out the side.
I was stuck in there, man.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, yeah, this is fine. This will do, right? I'm like, no, this won't do at all. It doesn't look stuck. And we had enough time while they were setting up because Danny had just come down. We just rehearsed the scene. And I said, are there any poles on any of the trucks? And there were some poles. I'm like, can we...
And they painted it.
Yeah, can we paint it or cover it in blue tape, which I think is what we wanted to do.
Is that what it was? Blue tape?
And stuck those two other poles in.
Yeah, it made it a little bit more difficult to get out.
This is a thing that I've seen people tattoo on their bodies. Him in the coil.
Stuck in a coil?
The rum ham, man cheetah. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, rum ham.
A
A lot of rum ham tattoos.
Very nice performance. Very nice and clean performance. Welcome.
Speaking of morticians and mortician makeup, the Frank's Little Beauties, where they put you in the
Oh,
Yeah, you had a mortician do your makeup.
God, what season was this?
7. Also.
No, this was
7 because Max Fat.
Yeah, it's Max Fat.
Oh,
7.
Max Fat. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's so many jokes you'll sometimes write, and then you don't know how it's going to be until you come out in that mortician makeup, and you're like, it's
so
1,000 times
Funniest.
funnier than we thought it was
And
going
the
to be.
stringy
Everything I could
hair
ever hope.
down.
Yeah.
And
Just schoolish.
A legitimate show.
I look like it.
Very
Holy
nice.
shit.
Which one of these talented entertainers who I am not attracted to at all will be the winner? I'm not attracted to any of them. None of them. And that's the way it is. Anyway, everybody put your hands together and
the way it
clap
is.
for the kids. Clap, and wave goodbye. Wave goodbye. Go to your dressing rooms. We're going to start the show. Go on. It's okay, just don't touch it. Go to their dressing room. Over there on that side of the stage, I am going to my dressing room. We will be right back. I'm over here.
Just such a great...
You know, I swear to God, I look a little bit like Peter Boyle in Young Frankenstein.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Totally.
holy shit.
It must be really like fun to do the show in some ways because every time you show up, it's like a different thing. Like sometimes you're doing songs, sometimes you're dressed in like a crazy costume, sometimes you're stuck in a coil for an entire episode. Does that keep it like fun for you?
Oh, it's fun. Oh, it's fun. And like I said earlier, I keep saying, do more and more of that. That's like that's really, I love that shit, man.
Yeah,
I like, it's so many things that we do there.
Yeah, you've got weird taste, just like us.
I like losing my memory. I like that kind of stuff.
It's
your roll
It's
call.
easy to do.
And who are you?
It's not needed to put you in a bunch of funny costumes and stuff because as we're about to see, you just talking is absolutely hilarious. So this is from the Family Fight episode.
Get it on, give me Janet, give me Frank. Here we go. Oh, I didn't get a good look at you before backstage. Shambuya roll call.
Okay, all right, we got some sparks flying already here.
Hey, can you play that again? Like, just the move.
Shabuya roll.
The move right here.
Shambuya roll call.
Okay, all right, we got some
Just
sparks
one.
flying already here. But let's get up here and do this. Come on, Frank, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Top 4 answers on the board here. Name an animal that we eat but doesn't eat us. Frank, pig. Show me pig.
Oh, wait. This is where he changes. He's like, wait, I need to change my answer.
Yes.
Frank, pass the plate. Pass the plate.
With the play.
All right, so Frank, you want to tell me a little bit about your family?
Yeah. Well, Grant.
Yes, Grant.
I want to change my answer.
What?
I realize it's not totally accurate because I've seen a pig eat a man. In fact, I've seen many pigs eat men. It was a bloodbath.
It was a bloodbath. There are just certain words that are so funny to hear you say bloodbath. Is like, what
So I
else?
remember us talking about that. I remember seeing in the movie Hannibal that scene where those hogs like eat that man, and it just being so awful and horrible. And I remember that being, in my mind at least, the inspiration for that.
Roxy, God bless you. You were a good whore. You serviced me like no other whore ever did. Not only my crank, but my heart. I'm gonna miss you.
Crank.
By the power of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Reed Mental Institution hereby decrees Frank Reynolds to not have donkey brains.
What? That is an official document.
What is that?
Donkey brain on it?
Well, it's written right here in plain English. Frank, would you like to clear this up for everybody?
Well, all the kids in the neighborhood knew I got sent upstate. So they started calling me Frankie Donkey Brains. And it was very traumatic. So I got my mommy to drive me back up to the loony bin where they signed this official certificate exonerating me of all donkey brains.
I love that speech because you're like running out of air at the end of it too.
And
like there's a little something. And then this is from the gang Gets Analyzed. Is that what it's called? When Frank talks about his experience in therapy.
I opened up to a therapist just once. I was a kid. I got into a fight. The doctor asked me question after question. Got me so scrambled up. Next thing you know, I was shanghaied upstate to a nitwit school. You know what a nitwit school is?
I assume you mean a school for the mentally disabled.
Yeah, not just for nuts in the head, bodies too. Back then, science was real crude. It stuck us all together. My roommate was a frog kid. You ever see a frog kid?
Frog kid?
Yeah. The place was windowless. There was a guard every 10 feet. All the rooms had drains in the floors so they could hose us down.
How terrible.
Got my first kiss there.
Frank?
It was terrible. But not her. She was an angel. Always smiling. That's because she had no lips. But her mouth was still very much in play.
Let's talk about the dishes.
She died 2 weeks later. She thought she was a spaceman with a plastic bag for a helmet. Unzip me. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. I hate you.
Her mouth is still very much.
It's like to go to that place, but say such ridiculous things. That's what kills me. That's what I love about it.
Well, the whole show is that. I mean,
it is
the beauty of the show is like that we are really. It's absurd, but it's like real.
But I love
it's
your
real
ability
people
to do
getting in, digging the hole.
Yeah,
they dig the hole deeper and deeper and deeper, but they do it with commitment, and they never wink at the. You never wink. If you wink, you're fucked.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We don't wink.
You're so funny. But
you gotta
that
go.
matters.
You gotta go.
Like,
Everything about the show is that.
Yeah,
it's all about that. Doing it straight.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, this is you and the gang beats Boggs.
Yeah, Boggs. This is
now.
Boggs.
Do you have any tips for drunk acting? How do you drunk act?
I remembered this scene. Oh, tips.
For drunk acting.
Yeah, tips for drunk acting.
I don't know. No, I don't. I mean, was a
lot of research.
I've done a lot of research in drunk acting.
You have to research it. You have to.
No, I think you gotta really.
Yeah.
And if you really think about how drunks talk, I mean, like, there's always, it's a little bit pointed and slow, and you understand that, right?
That's great.
Wow.
So, there you go.
It's very good here.
Cool.
I love it.
Bear me, baby.
You're 40 beers back. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Bitch.
I'm tired of people telling me what I can't do. They say I can't drink on a plane. They say I can't bang on a plane. I say I can't be a pilot. I can't be a doctor. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right in front of your face. I'm gonna chug 15 beers right now.
Oh, that's so cold. That's so cold.
Just watching him.
Watching him.
Just enjoying the show.
So many bubbles.
Just leave me.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, that
When we
show.
cut to you, Rob. You're just
He's
I'm
watching
You're
him.
just like I'm just
Just
gonna
looking
watch
at
the show.
Frank.
I'm watching him.
That's you. That's not
loud.
even
I
the
mean,
character. That's
there's
Rob McElhenney
I was
watching the
laughing
show.
the entire time.
Yeah,
That's
we
why
might have had to use a look from a different
I was
moment.
laughing the entire time.
Yeah, we have the outtakes of the moment from The Gang Gives Frank an Intervention where Danny's chugging the beer and then letting it
Oh
all
my God.
throw
That
it
was
onto
at
his
like
face.
6 a.m.
Coming down your
Where
face.
was that?
That was in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
that
Remember that?
Yeah.
Was
We
there
were
something going on?
Yeah, we did a live
Like a reporter came down.
report. Yeah,
Yeah.
A live morning show.
I was there.
What's in it for you? Huh? What's in it for you?
Don't worry about what's in it for me. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Whoa! Don't worry about what's in it for me. Oh my God, Frank. Jesus Christ.
I can't have you leave without talking about some of your iconic characters, of which we have seen a lot. Do you have a favorite alter ego on the show? Just to remind you, we have
Oh, God.
Man Spider.
Oh, I like Man Spider. Man
Seen
Spider was
here.
fun.
We also have Man Cheetah. This is a classic.
Man Cheetah was...
Cheetah, you want to do something with this?
Do something with this.
Like it? Yes.
And then Ongo.
Ongo.
Ongo is like big. Yeah.
Ongo. Tattoos of Ongo. Stickers of Ongo.
Ongo being...
There's Ongo. There's Mantis Toboggan.
Oh, Mantis Toboggan. Well,
And this
Mantis
is great.
Toboggan is like, oh, that was big. I love Mantis.
I love that you in this performance, if we have it, where you come, you remember your name, or
Yes.
maybe you come up
Here,
with your name
right here.
in
Mantis.
He remembers it.
Dr. Toboggan. Mantis Toboggan.
And I believe
He's
that's
delighted.
Wait, it gets better.
I
yeah.
think that's a reference to the dentist system because you were talking about how you were a mantis that you feasted after,
That's right.
and then
Yes.
that's
Oh.
when it came back to him here.
Yeah.
Mantis Toboggan.
Toboggan empty.
MD.
MD. There's the
Trash
trash,
man.
man.
And then I started eating garbage.
You got me.
Oh,
You got me with the can.
Oh, shit, did I get you, Cricket?
Did I get you?
Did I get you?
Cricket.
Did I get you, Cricket?
Oh, man.
That's another tattoo I've seen a
That's a
lot
big
of
one,
people getting the trash man
yeah,
with his
the trash
arms
man.
raised up in the air. Just pretty
The trash
amazing.
man.
Fantastic.
Man,
Danny,
we're gonna have
so
some
many
fun.
things we could
We're
talk
gonna have some
about.
fun. We're gonna have some fun next year.
Yeah.
Will you come
Well,
back? Will you talk to us
Yeah.
again? Because I feel like there's a lot of questions that I have that we can't delve into
Pass me
now.
the
because
nuts.
it's got-
Yeah, I'll get you. I'll get
You
you.
know what I
some
mean?
nuts.
Everybody's got to have dinner, clearly.
Huh?
You know,
It
everybody's
is dinner
very
time.
hungry.
It is our dinner
I
time.
get
time is it?
asked
Very
quite a
hungry.
bit. What is Danny like in person? What's he like in real life? He is exactly what you think he is and hope him to be.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been a.
He didn't
a-
say.
a-
Notice he didn't say what that is, though.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I think people have an idea in their head of who they want Danny to be when
Yeah.
when they meet him, and that's exactly who he is.
I've always
Yeah.
marveled. I always marveled at the fact that you've played so many despicable characters. Not all your characters, but you've played a lot of despicable characters, and yet people love you. What is that?
I'm attracted to despicable characters.
Well, so am I.
They're more
Oh.
fun.
Why do you
Yeah,
think
but they
that
don't
is?
love me.
No, they don't
They
love
love
you. Yeah.
No,
Why
they
do
love
you? Why do you like
They
playing
love
No,
despicable?
it's like
It's
so
more
much
fun.
more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they're
play the
fun.
guy who's like,
Yeah,
really, no.
yeah.
This year.
Just laughing
have a
at him being
chance.
nuts. I could listen. I could
You have a
listen to it
chance
for
to like top it.
Dead air.
We got something. We got a couple things.
We got a
coming up
couple
for
good
you.
jokes.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have
we
a
got
couple
some
of those
stuff for
moments that we're not gonna be able to get through because we're gonna be laughing so hard.
Yeah, we got some stuff for you, buddy. Don't worry. We got
Danny,
you covered.
you're an inspiration.
Oh,
I love you to death, man.
The show
love you,
would
man.
not
love you
be
too.
anywhere
I
near
love
what
you
the show
guys.
is
I
without
love you
Phil.
guys.
Yeah.
I love you guys, and I love you too.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for
And
having
thanks
me.
for bringing us Frank Reynolds and bringing the world Frank Reynolds
Oh man.
and sharing our nuts.
Thanks for eating my nuts.
Thanks for eating my nuts. You want to play us out? We got a piano.
Let's do it, man. God, you go.
You go.
Clash Live?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah,
Play
play
something.
something.
Play
There's
us
a
out.
mic there if you want to
All right, man.
sing, dance.
But
do
you never
whatever.
asked.
Oh, I love this one. Oh, I love this one.
It's a good one.
That's great.
Yeah.
God, that's a classic. That's a classic. Yeah,
Iconic.
that's one of my favorites.
Come on, end up that joke. You can't beat it.